Hi, Mary. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good. So
Good.
let's talk today about, the difficult conversations that are constantly happening. I mean, with all of the changes in the workplace, with all of the changes in the world right now, and with so much that we're kind of moving through together, there are oftentimes difficult conversations happening, whether they're about layoffs or changing teams or roles or all different things. And so from a brain perspective and from like a self-care and what is actually happening in our brain that we can do so that and we can understand so that we're able to show up and really lead ourselves and lead our teams coming from a place that like feels really good where we know that we have everything working toward us, not against us.
Yeah. So it's interesting, right? So it's something that we tend to take for granted, but maybe not so much these days, is just the importance of sleep, of good, healthy 8 hours of sleep. And why would that even matter? But that will assist and kind of support our emotional regulation. So how upset we might get in a meeting, how we might be like triggered by certain words, or how can we during really important, difficult conversations regulate our emotions. And we can do that from the best place if we have physically cared for that organ of ours that is our brain, that helps where it's the place where all the emotions come from. So if we have a good night's sleep, our emotional regulation and our executive function, how we're thinking about things, how we're able to process things, how we're able to take data and make sense of it in those big meetings that are important, are in a way better place if we've taken care of this organ that sits on our shoulders. So it's really important, and it's not something that we always kind of wonder about, like, how can I, sometimes we sit and we strategize, like, how can I be really great in that meeting? But are we actually thinking about our organ, our brain, our amazing brains that, help us be who we are at work? And so that's, it's something to think about, what kind of attention and wonder are you giving? Like, what does that organ need to really work at full capacity and really optimize its function during work? Because there's times you have those difficult conversations and sometimes they just go great. Like you feel like, yeah, I really felt like I heard them, I understood them, I felt for them, and it worked. And we came up with a solution that worked for both of us. And other times, like, why is everything driving me crazy today? Why am I so short? Like, the fuse is so short. So yeah, it's incredibly important, and it's not always something we think about when we're having a tough time or we know we have that big meeting.
That's huge.
So yeah, tap into those,
That's
like, yeah, learn about it and
yeah.
treat it. Yeah, treat it well.
Right. So, like, from an action perspective, just taking a second to really even journal on how much sleep you're getting each night. Sleep specifically is one of the best things for emotional regulation, like you said. And so, if you are getting ideally at least like 6, 7 hours or 8 or 9, I mean, that's, something that we don't often think about playing such a role in handling work stress and handling conversations and handling ourselves.
Hmm.
And one of the best things is just to kind of take note or take note in your phone so that you're able to see like, oh wow, I thought I was getting closer to 8 hours, but I'm actually getting like 6, 6.5. Because I think so often we assume that we're getting like the right amount, and when it comes down to it, maybe we're even in the fives. So noticing and just kind of journaling or taking note for a couple of days of what your sleep routine is, and then also how well you're sleeping. So are you taking your phone away from your bed, or is it something that you can like turn on do not disturb so it's not waking you up and bothering you? Because if you ultimately get in bed but you're not sleeping well, then you aren't really recharging your brain or your body so that you are able to show up, as the best version of yourself at work. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
sleep is such a good one, and it's such an enjoyable thing that we get to do and know
Right.
its impact.
I
So
mean, you charge your phone regularly, you have to, or it won't work. Same, just think about that for your brain. You really need to recharge and you'll
recharge.
be so much more productive. Yeah. Hmm.
Absolutely. Awesome.
Hmm.
Well, this is a good one because at least it feels good. So dive into
Hmm.
your sleep routines and
Yeah,
we'll be functioning better every day.
that's right. All right.